What's up, everyone? Ben here with the Spirit of Running with a quick race recap from my Minute Maid 5K on Sunday. I am focused on the 5K this spring as part of my build-up for the New York City Marathon in the fall. We're really trying to build some speed and get the legs turning over a little faster, hoping that will help with all the bridges that I'm going to have to tackle in New York in November. The 5K itself went really well. I went into the race with the goal of running sub 30 at the 5K. That didn't happen on Sunday. The race itself was very well put on. It was down here in downtown Houston. It started and ended at the Minute Maid Stadium where the Houston Astros play. You got access to the stadium before the race, which I thought was really cool. So we got some cool photos before the race with the baseball field in the background. So if you're local to the Houston area, or you're going to be down here on vacation next year and you're just looking for a race, definitely a cool race to be a part of. The only thing that I didn't like about the race was that there was a 5K, 10K, and a half marathon happening. The half marathon started at 7:40 in the morning. The 5K and the 10K started at 8 a.m. Normally, I think the expectation would be that if you're going to start the 5K and the 10K, then they have access to the full road. This race was very adamant that the 5K runners stay in one lane and the 10K runners stay in another lane. And they had cones set up the whole race. So the downside of that was that the 5K lane, having more runners in it, was a lot more congested, and you had to kind of dance around a lot more if you wanted to stay in that lane. I jumped into the 10K lane a couple of times, but did try to kind of follow the rules as much as possible, and stay in my lane. The race itself was on a bridge through the downtown area, so it was a very steady, gradual bridge, but it was the first half was a long incline, had a very sharp descent to the turnaround, and then you had a steep climb to get back to the top of the bridge, and you had a nice long descent on the second half. I ended up running about 33 minutes, I believe, for the race. It was very well organized, but I think I just going into it wanting to go sub 30, I thought it was going to be a flatter course than it was, and the overall ascending, even though it was a slower gradual ascent, I just wasn't prepared for that. I do think that the 5K is a distance I'm starting to figure out. I definitely don't have it licked or nailed, or whatever phrase you want to use. I think that it's a fantastic distance for anybody getting into running, but as somebody who didn't grow up running, I don't quite have it figured out how to run it hard and race it well. So for me, one of the goals was to really work on my pacing so that I could be as consistent as possible through that whole 5K and see how close to the limit that I could run without going past it and having to stop and take a break. My boss grew up running, and he was a collegiate runner, and he always said that when you're running the 5K, if you get to mile like 2.5 and you're not sure you're gonna finish, you probably paced it well. With that in mind, I think I nailed it, because I definitely got to the 2.5 mile marker, plus or minus, and there was definite concern about if I'd gone out a little too hard or not. Finished the 5K and managed to kind of ride that red line the whole way in. So very pleased with the results overall, even though I didn't necessarily hit the time goal that I wanted. I hit the goal of pacing it well, especially once I realized that it was going to be a long ascent. Adjusting that pacing plan on the fly, and knowing that as much as I'm gonna have to, as long as the steady climb is on the way up, if I slow it down a little bit, I can pick it up on the backside and make up a little time on the backside of the run. So overall, I feel very happy with how that race went. I've got a couple more months of 5K focus before we really jump into the marathon training block. So looking forward to just really trying to nail down how to run that 5K well, and see where that takes me. Lots more training to go, lots more racing to do. So hope everybody's having a great spring, whether you're focused on a marathon already or whatever race distance you're looking at. Get out there, have fun with it, and we'll see you next time. Thanks.